addition to my collection.
What's up, my fellow cyborgs? Bipputron 4000 here. Let me regale you with a fun factoid. Over the span of this channel's lifetime, I've actually been cyborgified before. Remember this? I am now a brain in a cybernetic head on top of my organic body. So that's fun. Yeah, that's right. You know what that means? I can say it, motherfucker. I can say the slur. Now, before we jump to conclusions here, I am obviously talking about the popular slur for robots and automatons originating from Star Wars. You know, the C word. For some odd reason, this robo-slur has been popularized in recent times due to the robot uprising we are currently seeing become realer and realer by the minute in our own modern world. You know, with the rise of AI and these goofy little robots that we laugh at as they fall down like the pathetic, inorganic abominations that they are. But I am here to say that I, Bippin, am actually friends with a robo. That's right. As anti-AI as I am in my pursuit of creative writing, I just couldn't help but become pals with one of my favorite characters of all time. General Grievous from the Star Wars game. That's right. We're tight like that. Check it out, I'll put him on the mic.
You should subscribe to Bippin. He is my favorite YouTuber.
Oh, you're embarrassing me. Stop. Anywho, I'm back on the Battlefront video game, and I want to teach you all about my favorite Star Wars character both in the franchise and in Battlefront. Let's start with a brief history lesson to get you caught up to speed. General Grievous first appeared in the 2003 animated Clone Wars shorts by Genndy Tartakovsky, wherein he was introduced and portrayed as a terrifying and cunning cyborg warrior that was trained by Count Dooku to slaughter Jedi, stealing their lightsabers as trophies. For the most part, Grievous was a quiet, acrobatic master duelist, until he officially appeared in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Voila! Grievous in live action. How swell. Although in this version, Grievous is a lot more talkative, has a hunchback, is generally less acrobatic and more clunky, and worst of all, a fucking coward. While I don't necessarily hate the live-action Grievous because, like, look at him, you can't look at the Grievous from 2003 and tell me he wasn't a major badass. Anyways though, he fucking dies. He wasn't on screen for long, but damn, it hurts every time. So with that all being said, how does Grievous hold up in Star Wars Battlefront 2? Well, phenomenally as a matter of fact. Let's start with General Grievous's abilities, shall we? General Grievous is a lightsaber hero, but sadly does not wield 4 sabers at all times. What the fuck? Instead, he wields 2 sabers, can swing, block, and dodge just like every other lightsaber hero, and surprisingly enough has some of the shittiest stamina out of every lightsaber user. I get it, he doesn't have the Force, but he's a fucking robot, and he uses more than one lightsaber. Besides this, Grievous can also leap high distances without slowly gliding down like a Force user. He's also pretty tanky with a default health of 800, and his saber strikes do 130 damage, 160 if striking someone from the rear. He also has the passive ability of health on elimination, just like every other hero. Now, for his abilities. Grievous's first ability is Thrust Surge. This ability requires you to be within 15 meters of an enemy, and pressing it will cause Grievous to lunge quickly and strike that enemy with all 4 lightsabers. You'll know when you're in range to use this as your crosshair will go white and show these 4 lines, indicating the 4 sabers that will be stabbed into this helpless person. This ability deals 160 damage, one-shotting most regular trooper classes. This ability can also be dodged if timed right, and can also hit more than one person if they are beside your target. Thrust Surge is quite great, although there will be several times that it just won't work. Sometimes, depending on objects or clutter in front of you, this ability will just not be able to hit them. You'll end up flying and you'll stop on things. If it does hit, however, this move is quite good. The damage output is high. You don't have to aim it whatsoever, and if it hits somebody but doesn't kill them, it knocks them to the ground and readies them for a follow-up strike. This makes the ability really good in both trooper and hero modes. It also has a cooldown of 13 seconds, making it a reliable tool that can be used quite often. Overall, I rate this ability 3 lightsabers out of 4. What do you think, Grievous?
I like the way the wind feels on my circuits as I rush towards my enemies.
That's quite beautiful, actually, Grievous. Fuck yeah. General Grievous's next ability is Unrelenting Advance. Activating this ability causes him to ignite his 4 lightsabers and spin them in front of him. He can move forward slowly and turn while doing so, causing his spinning sabers to block most frontal attacks while doing 110 damage per 0.45 seconds. This ability lasts for 5 whole seconds before going on cooldown for 11 seconds. I'm not gonna lie, this ability kinda stinks ass, and you'll find that you won't be using it most of the time. Trust me, as cool as it sounds and as movie accurate as it is, it's not good. Pretty much the only good time to use it is in really small and tight hallways, as there's less of a chance of you being hit from behind or the sides. It would also give you more of a chance to damage people, as without star cards you need to hit regular troopers twice with this ability for it to kill. And with how slow you are, that's also pretty difficult. A well-timed roll past this ability can also just, completely fuck them. Hey Grievous, try this, buddy. There you go. Maybe now you'll stop interrupting me when I swear. Honestly, don't use this, unless you have the optimal space for doing so. Most of the time you'll just be drained of all your health and you'll be slow and cumbersome and you'll be turning like a fucking tank. I feel like this ability would be so much better if you could just toggle between it without an extremely low duration of 5 seconds, or at least increase the duration to like 10 seconds. I don't know, I love the idea of this ability, but the execution isn't that great. Rating this 1 lightsaber out of 4. What do you think, Grievous?
They fucked my shit up good, twin.
I know, man. I know. Grievous's last ability is Claw Rush, and my fucking god, is this the holy grail of abilities. Claw Rush causes Grievous to drop to the ground and quickly rush forward on all 6s. You can only maneuver him left and right in the direction that you're looking, as he continues rushing forward. Although you don't turn as slowly as you do in Unrelenting Advance, meaning if you're using a mouse, you can just kind of like fly around and flail around like a jackass. You can also cancel this ability by pressing the same button again. This crawl lasts for 3.2 seconds and deals 130 damage to whoever you collide with, while also giving Grievous 40% damage reduction while crawling. Hitting someone who doesn't die immediately also causes them to be knocked to the ground, opening them up to a follow-up attack. Claw Rush then goes on cooldown for 13 seconds. Claw Rush is your best ability, to be honest. You move incredibly fast and cannot dodge this ability, while also dealing high damage and opening up stronger enemies like reinforcements and heroes to that follow-up attack. You're also able to loop back on blocking saber heroes in order to hit them out of their block, making this fantastic for hero modes. This move also perfectly encapsulates Grievous as a coward, because it can be used to flee from battle while taking reduced damage as well. Overall, an incredibly strong ability that I am rating 4 out of 4 lightsabers. What say you, General? What the fuck? And there you have it, the 3 abilities of Grieve. But wait, I'm going to teach you the hidden, patented 4th ability of General Grievous that no one wants you to know. You ready? Because General Grievous can hop without the Force and use his lightsabers, you can perform the chicken flap. By lightly tapping the jump button, swinging and continuing to do so in quick succession, you will cause Grievous to swing faster and not stop your momentum like the regular on-the-ground lightsaber attacks would do. This gives you a little more wiggle room and outperforms regular melee attacks, while also making you flap your arms like a chicken. What's not to love? Okay, now that that's over with, you know what time it is, don't you? Star card time. The star cards I believe to be the best for Grievous are as follows. Line up Weaklings. This card states that after one enemy is hit during your Claw Rush, the damage will amp up to 180 for the rest of the duration. This is wrong. For some odd reason, the star card completely negates the one person needing to be hit thing, so this card just simply increases the damage of your Claw Rush to 180. This card is your get out of jail free card, as you will now one-shot 3/4 of the trooper classes with the simplest and most undodgeable ability in the game. You can clear hallways of troopers with just the press of a button, and it feels incredible. Next up is Beating Heart, which gives Grievous the ability to regenerate an additional 100 health added on top of his base regeneration, meaning you can regenerate a total of 350 missing health. This card, plus your ability to Claw Rush in or out of danger, gives Grievous some incredible survivability in order to continue your slaughter. If you're taking this card, always pair it with Flesh is Weak. This card gives Grievous a stackable 5% of damage reduction for every 10% of health he is missing. Essentially, this makes Grievous harder to kill the less health he has, adding more to your survivability in combat. This does come at the cost of your health regeneration speed being halved, but the reason I say to pair this with Beating Heart is for the fact that for some odd reason, Beating Heart cancels out the negative effect of Flesh is Weak. This means that you'll be able to regenerate a total of 350 missing health at the normal speed, while also gaining damage reduction buffs the more health you lose, up to 45%. God damn. The last star card I think is worth mentioning is Sith Trained. This card increases Grievous's base lightsaber damage to 160, or 190 from behind. This is fantastic, as again it means you can one-shot most basic trooper classes. However, this card also makes your swings drain 25% more stamina. This means you run through your total stamina almost twice as fast as normal, which can be harder when facing large groups of enemies in bigger trooper modes like Galactic Assault and Supremacy. To combat this, try and save an ability or two during combat to use when you run low or out of stamina, as it will give you more time to regenerate. And that's it. Grievous has some of the best abilities and star cards in the game, and I'm honestly so happy he does. I adore seeing the love he is given as a character, and it just makes me so super duper smiley to see him being one of the best heroes slash villains to play in the game. For that, I'm going to let Grievous announce lore time. He's earned it. Dap me up, Grievous. Get it? Cause he's got 4 hands? I don't know, I thought it would be funny.
It's lore time, baby. Lore fact number 1.
I'm going to make this summary very short because I don't want to take up too much time, and I'm also not 100% knowledgeable of the entirety of Grievous's backstory. So here it goes. Grievous was formerly... we're gonna call him Shilal. He was born on Kali, making him Kalish. He was a brutal warlord on his home planet and was recognized by the Sith. The Galactic Republic and the Jedi sided with the enemies of the Kalish, which led to thousands of Kalish people starving to death, cementing the Jedi and Republic as a high-priority rival to Grievous. Count Dooku and the Sith were wanting to experiment with technologically advanced warriors, and Dooku ended up putting the final nail in the coffin by sabotaging Grievous's ship. This caused it to crash and nearly kill Grievous, Dooku gaslighting him into believing it was an attack done by the Jedi and causing Grievous to harbor even more hatred for them. The only way to save him was going through with the cybernetic enhancements, saving Grievous's life and turning him into the leader of the droid army we know today.
Lore fact number 2.
Grievous is the only lightsaber user in the game to wield 2 sabers. Technically 4, but in his default stance, 2. This could have been remedied with characters like Ventress or Ahsoka, but we don't get that, do we?
Lore fact number 3.
General Grievous has 2 additional appearances, just making him more and more battle damaged. His legendary Shattered Armor skin actually has special smoke effects and remnants of his cape, which I wish we had a skin for. Grievous with a cape would have gone so hard.
Lore fact number 4.
If you haven't, go back and watch the Grievous scenes from the 2003 animated shorts. Holy fuck, was Grievous so badass in that. Using his feet and shit. Got me kicking my feet up in the air.
Lore fact number 5.
Grievous sounded different in the 2003 cartoon. He was voiced by Richard McGonigal, and provided a much more cold voice for the general. Matthew Wood, who voices Grievous in Revenge of the Sith, returns to voice him in Battlefront 2 as well. Yippee!
Lore fact number 6.
General Grievous's death animation in Battlefront 2 perfectly mimics his death in Revenge of the Sith, minus all the fire bursting out of him.
Lore fact number 7.
General Grievous is a bit of a collector. Anyone who knows the guy knows that he keeps a collection of lightsabers from the Jedi he kills. This can be seen in-game by taking a close look at the 4 sabers he wields, each having their own distinct look.
Lore fact number 8.
General Grievous has plenty of voice lines, but one interesting fact I find is that Obi-Wan and Grievous actually swap voice lines from the movies. Obi-Wan says his line of,
"Army or not, you must realize you are doomed."
Army or not, you must realize you're doomed.
While Grievous says his line of,
Hello there.
Hello there. Lore fact number 9.
Speaking of General Grievous's voice lines, Grievous has very particular feelings towards Rey that I'm sure many of us, myself included, who hate the sequel movies also share. Take it away, Grievous.
You are no Jedi. Lore fact number 10.
Despite the fact that there is a whole Hero Starfighter roster, Grievous does not get to fly his ship, Soulless One. Come on, man, I had a Lego set of this.
Lore fact number 11.
Some of Grievous's star cards actually resemble shots in Revenge of the Sith. Flesh is Weak resembles the close-up on his face, Momentum resembles the double saber lock, and Ceaseless Assault resembles the sick-as-fuck lightsaber spinning scene. His emotes and some voice lines are also taken from Revenge of the Sith as well as the Clone Wars TV show.
Lore fact number 12.
It will forever be disappointing to me that one of the reinforcements on the Separatists isn't the Magna Guard. These guys were awesome and had great designs, which would also be a cool reinforcement to play as, being that you would be solely a melee character. Perhaps you would have an ability to spin and deflect blasters, or a leap to close distances.
Lore fact number 13.
Ever wondered why Grievous, a man mostly made of cybernetic parts, coughs like a Victorian child with the plague? Well, despite mostly being cybernetic, Grievous actually still has some internal organs like his heart, lungs, and brain. We don't see why he coughs in Revenge of the Sith or in the Clone Wars TV show, but are actually shown in the 2003 cartoon. I know, I mention it a lot. In a scene where Grievous is fleeing, he encounters Mace Windu and prepares to add another lightsaber to his collection. Unfortunately, you don't fuck with Samuel motherfucking Jackson, and so he actually uses the Force to crush Grievous's chest and damage his lungs. This is why Grievous coughs.
Lore fact number 14.
Real ones who remember playing as Grievous in the old Battlefront 2 may relate to this. When I play as Grievous, I sometimes like to turn off the in-game music and put on his theme that plays when you're playing as him in the old Battlefront 2, which is just the Flag Parade track from Phantom Menace on repeat. It truly makes you feel like you're playing as the droid general. And there we have it. I'm going to rate General Grievous a solid 10 out of 10. You better believe there is personal bias here. General Grievous is my favorite character in all of Star Wars, and on top of that, I feel his personality, abilities, and star cards are very well representative of him as a character. Also, he is fucking strong. It's always a blast playing as him, and the only drawback I can see is that his iconic saber spinning move is weak. That's all. I hope you enjoyed today's 101. Have a great day, and let me thank you, General Grievous, for being here today. You're pretty cool for a
Wanker.
Oh, shit. Oops. Sorry, man. Listen, I didn't mean it like that. Wait, dude, chill. You can call me whatever you like. Please, just...